Good afternoon, my friends of the world. Today I would like to talk about a beautiful plant species that I try to incorporate in all of my landscapes. I'm Kyle here with Stroll Landscaping Design, and I like to talk about native plants to spread the knowledge about how we can create more biodiversity and support our ecosystems in whatever state we're in. Today I'm talking particularly about Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida, Pinellas County, where I am located. Now, this plant that I'd like to talk about today is called Grayleaf. Now, this is an excellent choice of a plant to use because this thing is a super magnet for pollinators, probably the #1 pollinator plant in all of Florida. So, as you can see, it gets these nice grayish leaves that come off of the stem. And right here, as you can see, it gets a nice little pink flower. So this shrub flowers all year round, all throughout the year. So it attracts so many different species of pollinators. There are times where you can visibly see multiple species of pollinators on these plants at a time, which is just magnificent. I mean, when you think about it, all of life is dependent upon other aspects of life in order to thrive. So we, as humans, depend on our environment in order to live a happy, healthy life. If it wasn't for the bees, we would be gone. We need pollination in this world. So it's a huge reason to incorporate such an amazing plant into the landscape. Now, this plant can reach up to about 8 to 10 foot tall, but it can easily be trimmed. I use it in a multitude of different scenarios, but most commonly, you should put this plant in some well-drained soil in a full sun spot. This plant loves the sun, and it is very drought tolerant. So while you will need to water it during the establishment period after it being planted, once it's established, it is a very great drought tolerant plant. Another excellent reason to incorporate this into the landscape. You know, a huge reason to use native plants is to minimize our input of water, fertilization, and pesticides. A lot of these native plants, they are adapted to the climate that you put them in. They are used to being, a grayleaf is used to being in a scorching hot Florida climate with salt tolerance. So this plant can easily be something that can save you money. It's low maintenance, helps the environment. It looks really nice. I mean, this example here, it's not the most luscious grayleaf I've seen, but once this thing is in the ground and out of the pot, it will be flourishing and it will be loaded with pollinators. Right now, it doesn't have too many blooms, but right here you can see the bloom. You know, there's normally hundreds of these blooms on here, thousands. It's a nice little pink flower. And so yeah, it's a great plant to incorporate in any landscape. Add some extra color with the gray leaf and bring in a bunch of pollinators and also hummingbirds. Hummingbirds will be attracted to this plant as well. Thank you for tuning in today. This is Kyle with Stroll Landscaping signing off. Peace.